Oh, I was watching a documentary on Jim Carrey, and the way consumers see the world um, is they need to be entertained, and they've got and there are entertainers out there like Jim Carrey that do the kind of entertainment we prefer. But those guys, they consider that work because they have to work up to a point to create that content, and they've got an incentive to work. And the incentive for him and other artists are to work until they're successful and they got enough money that they can live off of that success. And the only thing that's going to draw them back into the crowds again, because, if they enjoy their work, is going to be that. But if they don't enjoy it, if they don't enjoy the process, then if they don't see that as the love that they were wanting in life, then they're not going to have any reason to come back. If they find the love they want in their family, in their private life, if they're getting their love from there and it's unconditional, then there's nothing that's going to draw them back to the population. Um, Not new scripts, not any of that kind of stuff, because they start to recognize that what they need isn't that anymore. But the people, the consumers, and everything like that want that. They want because they want more of the entertainment, and the artist, either for medical reasons or for just a loss of interest in the work, or finding something in the work that they don't like, for whatever reason, they've got it's not, you can't blame them for wanting to do what they want to do, and for finding something else in life to live for than simply entertaining people. So I don't have any problem with Jim Carrey wanting to not produce more work if that's what he's doing, and showing up in front of people. Then maybe that's not interesting to him anymore. And we just need to try to not try to own people, not try to. I mean, all have desires to have more, to have something out there that we can look forward to each day, and that's the way fans are. But the people who produce the content, it's work, and you know they may not want to work that hard again, or not work at all. That they figure they've done their job, they should now be able to enjoy life, and because they might not have enjoyed life to begin with. However, it's different in the case of Rodney Dangerfield, because he saw the love that was coming from the audience whenever he gave his lines and stuff as more than what he had in life, and wasn't able to get that, probably. And so for him, it was the going out and performing was the love that he desired, and the work was willing. The work was worth it, and he could always, he lived off of the ideas and was inspired to produce more. It may be the same with Jim Carrey. It may be that he's in an age that he can't really satisfy that need. However, I would say to Jim Carrey to look into deep faking and look into AI art. You might find something in there that you can experiment, or some new avenue you can work into. You can ask Chat GPT. Maybe it will help you inspire some. You can talk with other artists, or talk with your fans. And I mean, if you're just running out of ideas, um, or feel like you've gone through everything in the world, um, it is the case that somebody who's been working for a while would go into retirement and want to go back, want to get back into it. In the case of my father, he just lost interest in going back to working into the sciences because he started to realize that his mind wasn't able to deal with that stuff anymore, and so he had to find his value somewhere else, and with him was doing jail ministry and singing in barbershop. That was two of his biggest draws. Um, it gave him the camaraderie of being around people that all shared something, and it gave him uh, the capacity to better the world. And those are the two things that really helped him along. And then me, because he wasn't alone at home, we could go out and eat every Saturday, and if he had a problem, I could help him fix it up, and that's what I do with my mom. There are people in the world that say, well, if you're still living with your parents, then you're not prospering, you're not ahead of the game. And the thing you don't realize is that there are people in the world like your parents or your friends or whatever that need you to help them get through life. And without you being there, they're dealing with so much more problems, and they're having to find their answers elsewhere. And it's costly, to have to call up somebody to. It can either cost you monetarily or it can cost you socially, with your friends. Your friends get tired of you badgering them about solving problems for them. Eventually, you're going to run out of friends, and the friends are probably not going to want to be around you if you're taxing them way too much. But children, if you're living with someone like I am, um, we become a we depend on each other, and it's that dependence, that codependence, which sounds bad, but that mutual dependence that produces communities and keep people out of trouble, you know. When it's a productive one. When it's not a productive one is where people are addicted, and they're addicted to the same substance, and they're finding a community in that, but they're not able to get away from the substance because they have value for the community. So that's where you want to get out of it, when you get out of something that's taking your life away from you. So